Richyrolex. I'm sitting down with Stocky Ihki. Today we're going to talk about the casualties of war. So Stocky Ihki, tell me about yourself, man.
Well, I'm 33 years old, grew up in North Philly, ordinary, Pacific, had both of my parents in my life, been through some tragedies in my life at a young age, but, made me turn to the streets for relief, and the streets don't love nobody, you know what I'm saying?
What's some of the tragedies that you've been through that made you turn to the streets?
Well, I had an oldest brother that got murdered. He got murdered by one of his close homies. So it was like,
how old was he when that happened?
How old was I?
How old was you and how old was he?
I was 13, about to be 14. He was 27. Yup, happened in the year of 2000. Yup.
So did that make you look at life different?
Yeah, a lot different.
Did you have like some type of anger towards people or what?
Yeah, I had anger towards the world.
Right.
Period.
And what type of things made that feel better? How did you release that anger?
I felt like I wanted people to feel the way that my family felt.
Right.
The way that I felt.
Right.
I want people to, if I was hurt, you got hurt.
Right.
I didn't care about people.
So now that you've grown and now that you've been through a lot, how would you say you feeling that way affected your life?
Well, I'm walking around with one leg. So at the end of the day, what did I gain out of it? I didn't gain anything. I lost. I took the negative route instead of taking the positive route.
Right. So how did you get one leg?
I got shot. Yeah. Got shot by making poor decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes with the territory.
Right.
I was just blessed just to have a second chance.
Right. So a lot of people get shot. So what was different about you getting shot that made you have to get your leg amputated?
Well, it caught gangrene. I caught gangrene in my leg, and so that's like a poison. I don't know what it is. It had your leg turning like green and purple.
Right.
So they had to catch it before it could spread through my body. It kept leaving and coming back. So they asked my mom, what decision do she want them to do? So she said, well, just take it.
Because it could have
spread through my body.
Right.
Once it spread through your body, that's it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So leading up to you having to lose your leg, what would you do differently if you could have did anything differently?
First thing foremost, just like I said, like I walked around wanting to kill the world, and that's not my best bet for anybody that's going through tragedies, or that's lost a family member, or whatever the case may be, that made them turn to the streets and made them have so much anger towards the world. The best thing that I can advise to you is to stay away from the streets, for one, because they don't love you.
Right.
And come closer to your higher power and try not to make the same mistakes that my brother did, or whoever, a friend, close relative, whatever. Try to learn from their mistakes and just take the positive route.
Right.
That's how.
So besides the losing of your leg, what other events happened to let you know that the streets don't love you? Because I know at one point we all felt like the streets did love us. I didn't even want to go home sometimes because I love the streets so much.
Yeah. So what was your question again?
What was the chain of events that happened prior to the leg that just let you know that the streets is not what it is?
Your friends gonna count you out. Ain't nobody gonna be there for you, except the ones that's your family.
Right.
But everybody gonna turn their back on you. It's like on to the next.
So the decisions you made in the streets, who did it affect besides yourself?
My family. My family.
So it affected the people that was there for you the most.
Yeah. Yep. They're like just seeing my mom cry.
Right.
It's not something to be thorough about. Like there's no thoroughness about that, especially because when we all know better at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So we take listening to the wrong people. It could be the music, things that we see that we're surrounded by, and we don't have no control of that in a lot of cases. But like seeing your mom cry or your grandma cry or your kids cry, that's not fair.
And it's safe to say that a lot of the pain that we cause our parents or we cause our kids, we can't take it back. So it's like once you do these selfish acts,
Mm-hmm.
it causes harm to people that you can't even remove if you wanted to.
Exactly.
So how, now that you're here today, how do you go about fixing that? How do you go about making them feel better about the things that you did before?
I stay in the gym 24/7. I stay in the gym 24/7. But no, I'm not gonna try to say that I'm not gonna try to say that I'm a saint. I'm not gonna lie to the people. I'm not gonna lie to myself.
Right.
I have my days.
Right.
As all of us, you know, you gonna have your days. You know what I'm saying? And what I always think about September 26, 2009.
Right.
It's gonna always flash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got so much wiser from the situation, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, the truth, I don't regret it. I don't regret that day at all, because if that would have never happened, that
It could
day
have been worse.
It could have been worse. Ain't no telling where I could be right now. So it was a major wake up call.
Right.
It was a major wake up call for my higher power.
So how would you save others from having to get the same wake up call you had? So what would you tell the youth to keep them away from the streets so they don't have to have a crazy wake up call like you had?
Don't be a follower, be a leader.
Right.
Chase your dreams. I don't care what. I don't care. And a lot of people may laugh when I be talking to them. I don't care if you want to be an astronaut.
Right.
You can be anything in this world you put your mind to.
Right.
And a lot of people you might gotta cut off. It might be your boys that you grew up with in sandbox, and they don't want nothing.
Right.
And you gotta separate yourself from them, because if not, you're gonna end up like me. You're gonna end up like my brother. Or you're gonna end up like a lot of dudes that I know that got life.
Right.
And you're gonna sit back like, well, damn, man. If I would have listened, I believe God gives everybody a gift in life.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it. Everybody is gifted in something. And it is up to us to perfect our craft, to whatever that it is. You know what I'm saying? And what they say, the saddest thing in life is wasted talent.
Right.
That's true. Because I used to love playing basketball. Not saying I can't play basketball anymore.
Right.
I used to love it. You know, boxing, and I took a lot of things. Like, you'd be surprised at the small things that we took for granted. And when it's gone, you can't get it back.
Right.
So a lot of people don't know, because they don't know my circumstances.
Right.
They don't know what it's like to having to walk all over again. They don't know what it's like to having to run all over again.
Right.
They don't know what it's like you can't run up the street with your kids. I mean, like, it'd be little things that we took
when it was normal to you.
when it was normal
You
to
just
you.
looked over like it
You
was
looked
nothing.
over like it was nothing. Chasing the wrong things.
Right. That's why it's important to be thankful for everything, even waking up. Because somebody didn't wake up today.
Somebody didn't wake up today.
Even us just being here talking, somebody didn't wake up today. Somebody didn't have a vehicle to be able to get around.
Yep.
Didn't have money to feed their family.
Exactly.
All these luxuries we got, and we look at it like it's just nothing.
Exactly.
So it's important to just be thankful about everything, man. How many of the friends that you ran with are not here anymore? That you ran with when you was running the streets?
It's a couple. I mean, I can't count on my fingers.
It's probably easier to count how many left, right?
Right.
Because there's only a few. The same thing with me.
Right.
It used
It's
to
only
be-
a few, man. I'm saying it's only a few, man.
So are more of them locked up or more of them dead?
More of them.
Both, right? It's crazy.
There's both, man. It's like the streets just divided us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all fun and cool. You know, then, you know, I don't know, man. It's no good outcomes out of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no good outcomes out of it, man. It's like, I tell anybody, man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I don't knock nobody, man. I don't knock nobody for what they do, man. But just like I, you know, on my Instagram, I always say, man, if you don't have a plan out here, man, you're just a lost cause.
Right.
I you know, like, always think positive, man. And I know sometimes it be the environment, man, and it's like you can't just pack it up. And like, a lot of us, we don't have the finances. You can't just pack up like, yo, man, I got leadership. It ain't. You're surrounded by it every day, all day. So my answer to that is to read as much books as possible, surround yourself with positive people. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if we all have a decision, I'm saying, if you decide to take the wrong route and think everything will be peaches and cream, you got another thing coming. Just like I always said, I threw shots. This old head once told me, he said, young boy, you gonna come back. And somebody out here as tough as you.
Right.
And I'm like, man, nobody, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't regret nothing, man. I learned and I ran with it.
Right.
I never felt bad about the decision that happened to me. I never felt like my revenge was getting better to the point that I just want to get so better with myself, man. With me walking. That's why I take so much frustration out in the gym, dog. It's like gym saved me.
Like your revenge is getting back. Like getting
my revenge was
top health.
My revenge was getting back high,
right.
knowledgeable to a point I never been in my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's
So is it safe to say that being in the streets make you kind of numb, like to feelings and stuff?
Yeah, it does.
Cause I know I feel that way, and I'm pretty sure that dudes that I know in the streets feel the same as that way. Cause I don't even like when people die. It just gets regular now.
Right.
Like
It's like
damn, he died.
Exactly.
Man, that's crazy.
It ain't
Man.
even. It's not even no feelings to it
Right.
anymore, man. Just like
and
we surrounded by it every day.
right, and it feel normal to us, but that's the part that's make it fucked up.
Exactly.
Because it's not normal at all, and we think we just walking around normal. We really suffering from shit that, like, bro,
What they call it? Traumatized.
traumatized.
Real right.
Like, I get phone calls all the time. Yo, such just got shot up. They dead. Or this, that. Damn, for real, that's crazy. And that's all. I really don't feel nothing, and it's sad because I want to feel something.
And the crazy, it's not to show that we don't care, because that's not true. I'm not saying, oh, well, fuck them. Like,
Right,
no,
we care,
man,
but we
man,
like, we
like,
don't know how to care no
we
more.
don't know like how to care. It's like, damn, man. I mean, like, when is it going to stop? And to be honest with you, the truth, is never going to stop. So, what my job is, like for like anybody's job, your job, who that's been there, done that, our job is to try our best. I don't care if it's just one person, man.
Right.
I don't care if it's one person, and I believe more in leading by example instead of leading by talk.
Right.
Everybody got, just sometimes people talk because they got lips.
Right.
So I also believe if you want to make a change, trust me, you'll be surprised at the people that's watching you. Just like how I watch Floyd Mayweather, or how I watch certain people like, damn, man, I want to get up 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
You'd be surprised at the youth that's watching us. You know what I'm saying? So you lead by example and not by talk. Everybody talk.
Alright, so being as though you numb, your feelings kind of messed up, you numb. How do that affect your love life and your kids and stuff like that? Being as though you really don't care about nothing. Like, it's hard to, you just used to losing everything. How can you fathom what you had?
Well, my love for my kids, like, this is a different kind of love. Like, the love, how can I explain this? It's like, they also saved me. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my kids grow up, man. Like, I want them to, I mean, like, damn, like, they gonna grow up like, man, my daddy, like, he a hero. My dad walk around one leg and he's still happy, he not miserable, and, you know, I gotta be here for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And not just for my kids. I got little cousins, little nieces, little nephews. Like, not even just my blood. Little kids around here, like, I mean, like, I love the kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they the next generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, when it comes to the numbness part, like, with the kids, it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of different than, like, just being out here in the streets and you hear things.
Right.
Like, if I hear, damn, like, such man got shot, damn, that's messed up, man. It's like, it's always something, man. But we hear shit about a kid, it's like, you just be like, yo, man, like, yo, come on, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, you don't need no cool punch for that. Like, I mean, like, I don't know. It just different.
Right.
It's just different.
What about incarceration? You ever been locked up?
Yeah.
How many times?
A couple.
You did some time, or you just in there for a few
the
months?
most time I ever did, I did 2 years. I I went straight to prison after I got shot.
So you fresh trying to rehabilitate and you in prison?
Yeah, I had to adapt to a whole other lifestyle in there.
With one leg?
With one leg.
And so how long was that?
2 years.
2 years.
But I believe that God put me there for a reason.
Right.
Everything
for a reason.
Right. I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't went straight.
Right. You needed the time to sit down and get your mind right.
I needed time. Cause my mom was, mind you, I'm already running around here like a loose cannon. And I knew better.
Right.
So it was like, my whole intention was, I gotta get back out there.
Right.
Get back out there for what, Tay?
Cause you wasn't missing nothing.
Like,
but family and kids.
Get back out there for what? Like what? And do more harm or cause more harm to yourself? After you had a second chance. So it was like, I was glad. I honestly was really glad that I got in, because why? I had 4 different cellies. 4 different cellies. Mm-hmm. All my cellies got life. And they used to all talk to me. He's like, youngin', whatever you do, you better be smart or you're gonna be in here with me.
And they all had life.
And they all got life. They all lost their cases.
All came from the same place you came from.
All came from the same place.
Young black males from the streets.
Young black males. And every single one of them got life. And it's like, that also was another wake-up call for me. Like, you talking to people that know that they're never going home again. And you sitting here, or you got one leg, but you in the game.
But you going home,
what you expect, and you going home. You got a second chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Either you do that, or you gonna come back in here, just like they always say that we always gonna be back.
Right.
You're gonna come back in here with one leg facing life. Or you somewhere 6 feet under.
Right.
Because you wanted to be weak. I look at everything as a sign. Everybody is all about this. It's the code of the street. That's all that we know. You know what I mean? Revenge. Somebody hit you, hit back.
And hold on. When you just said that's all that we know, that just sparked something. That's a lot of the reasons why we did the things we did, because we really didn't know anything else.
Right.
So it's like a baby. You got a fresh baby. They don't know anything. Mm-hmm. So they don't know what to do. If nobody tells them, they're not going to know. So that's why we're trying to bring the awareness now. That's why we showing them what can happen, what can possibly happen to you if you take this route.
Yep.
So if you make this decision, you make the decision. But we're going to let you know what can possibly happen if you do make the decision.
Exactly.
So we bring you the awareness, giving you the knowledge. That's the whole point of this whole thing.
And it ain't no good ending. It ain't no good ending, man.
Like I know so many street dudes, and out of 100, the ratio is like probably 2 make it out of 100. Almost every friend I got right now is in the feds or dead.
Yeah, to be honest.
I got pictures, it was 20 of us. Now, I'm in pictures by myself most of the time. Everybody dead or in the feds.
Yeah.
Crazy,
facts. Man. Facts, man. That's facts. And it's like, I found myself doing more and accomplishing more alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I always have in my mind, born alone, you die alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I leave this world want to be remembered. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Tay-Man made his mistakes and this, that, and the third, but damn, if Tay can do it, I can do it.
Right.
I might get up, take my lazy ass to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Man, let me put this gun down and let's rumble this shit out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is mental, man. Everybody think, oh, this guy, he all buff. He might be buff, but he's mentally weak.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just like I always say, like, and I'm gonna say this again, no, I'm not perfect. But you know, I always believe that the spirit leads the mind leads the body. And somebody taught me that.
So how important is spirituality to you?
Well, I'm not Farrakhan, but you know, I try my best to talk to my God every single day.
Right.
More than 5 times a day.
Do you think you would be where you are in your mind without God? Would you think your mind would be this strong if you didn't have God?
I'd be weak.
Right.
That's why a lot of guys out here is weak.
Right.
They just lost in the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
They just getting up. They just getting up in the morning with no plan.
Right.
I don't care. You're not gonna make it out here without your higher power.
Right.
I don't care who you are. Everybody think them dudes, that Jay-Z and all them, yeah. them dudes put God first, man.
Yeah, Jay-Z saying that's rap. I tell my wife that spiritual shit really work.
Yeah.
It really work. Like,
it really works.
They might not talk about it a lot, but they in it. You know, man.
And the crazy part about it, you got a true connection with God. You don't have to talk about it.
Right.
You don't supposed to talk about how people brag about it.
Right.
And that don't. Wow. Like you talk to your Lord. You talk. I ain't gonna say every time.
Now see, all right. So you can. I ain't gonna say brag, but you do want to
embrace it.
Tell people about the goodness of it.
Exactly.
So they can. Because it's like if you find something that's so good, you just want to tell the world so they can experience the good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can brag and you can.
But it's the way how you brag.
Long as you're giving him the glory and you ain't trying to boast like you. Yeah, I'm talking to God, not you.
I told God. That's why I got this.
Right.
That's been boosted.
Yeah, as long as he getting the glory, but
we always supposed to call people to God. I don't care if it's just one scripture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Yeah, I do. Like, you're not gonna make it out here without him.
Right.
You're not gonna make it out here without him.
One thing I do want to say is that we all sin, we all make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. But if you're gonna sin, you don't gotta showcase your sins. I mean, because that's a thing I see a lot. But we're gonna get back on topic. What were the bad effects that prison had on you?
I ain't had no bad effects. It made me be more disciplined with myself.
Right.
It made me be more disciplined with myself and treat my life more. Well, I was already militant as a kid.
Right.
Like my father, he was in the army.
Right.
So it kind of just was like another wake up call.
So what about like the things you gotta eat, the people you forced to be around, and things like that?
That's how
just being on somebody else's time. But how that didn't make you feel no type of way?
No, because it could always be worse.
Right. So you just make sure you find the good out of every situation.
I looked at it like this: the little bit of time that I wasn't there, I wasn't stressing.
Right.
I think I probably at I was at one of the most happiest point mentally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because my same routine was every day.
Right.
Shower, workout, eat. I already watched TV. I never sat in a day room. I never sat with crowds. I try my best to stay off the phone. I mean, I'm in here to get myself together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what was your real motivation to make sure you never slip up and make no more mistakes to put you back in there? Like, what was the strongest motivation come from? Like,
my strongest motivation, what? To not
want to be back in jail.
My strongest motivation to not want to be back in there.
Like, when you think about doing something stupid, what makes you like, no, I can't do it, Luke, because I gotta, you know what I mean?
My family.
Right.
My family. Yep.
Right.
My family. Especially my kids.
Right.
When I came home, I just had my daughter, I ain't had my son yet. It was like, it was just the best feeling in the world.
Right.
You can't explain.
And one thing about when you got kids and you out here making selfish decisions, you gotta think that you can't. So that time, no matter if you can be locked up for a week, whatever time you locked up for, the kids cannot get that back.
Exactly.
So that's always me a missing chunk out of their life because you did some selfish, you know what I mean?
And I miss both of my daughters. I miss her first birthday and I miss her second.
Right. So it's like,
and it's most important to miss. You can't miss the first one.
It's like you're taking the time out of their life. There's something that you can't give them back, and now they missing that their whole life.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't do that. So that's something that helped me stay on the straight path and try to stay as good as I can. I know people watching.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the reason why nobody go down that route because I know what it leads to. So when I was doing it, I was like, I'm rocking out. I'm rocking out with my niggas, this, that. I'm out here, we doing this, that. It was fun and games. But when you leading other people to do it, even if it's you don't know that people following, but people is following you.
That's why.
If I make it look cool, people gonna think it's cool and they gonna want to do it.
That's why I just said what I just said probably 5 minutes ago. I said you'd be surprised if you watch it.
Right.
Just like how we watch people, we admire people.
Right.
You'd be surprised. You really may be surprised, man, how some people don't came up to me and was like, or some people probably DM'd me like, yo, man, you inspiration.
Right.
Like, damn, me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing? But you're doing something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your routine.
I never realized it until I had my own kids. I would hate for my son to come up. Yeah, Dad, I'm just like you. Back in the day, I sell drugs now. that shit would have killed me, bro.
Kill you.
So it made me think about my son and other people's kids.
Exactly.
If I don't want my kid to do it, follow me and do that, why would I put this message out for other people to do the same thing I did?
I remember when my brother came home from the feds and my little nephew asked him, Dad, why you keep getting locked up for playing with guns? And he said once his son said that to him, man, it was like a major, like,
it's like, damn, yo.
Like, I'd be damned if I keep going back and forth with my son grew up like that. Now I'm mad at my son, how? Like, he walking my shoes.
Right.
When I'm not here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, this shit ain't worth it, bro.
Right.
Ain't none of this shit worth it, man. And, you know, you got some people that gonna listen, you got some people that's not gonna listen.
Right.
But, you know, in the streets, you ain't gonna have no house on the hill.
Right.
Who said that? Gil? He said, you ain't gonna have no house on the hill, you gonna be on Camp Hill. Right. Remember he said that shit?
Right.
Like, ain't no drug dealer ever made it out the streets, man.
I ain't never seen a person, especially today, get rich off of drugs.
You ain't.
Now, back in the day, I wasn't there, but it looked like it was way more money in it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But today,
And half of them,
it
man.
ain't happening.
And half of them washed up.
Right.
They probably got all the money, but they not happy.
Right. Or
That's another thing.
you getting all the money, they go down, somebody telling on you. Now you in the feds.
Yep.
It ain't there no more. The streets ain't the same no more, man.
Yeah.
But so now we got Stocky Ihki going.
Mm-hmm.
We know how you got the Stocky Ihki.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you take personal training serious?
My incident, me having to lose a leg, it made me want to
Get into fitness.
get into fitness more. I was always into fitness. I was always working out, stuff like that, because like I said, my father, he was in the army.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, that would make me, like, you know what? Like, it's the thing to do. Like, who don't want to look good? Who don't want to feel good?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who don't, yo, man, they do something to your mental so much.
Right.
I'm not gonna say everybody.
So
Do
it's
something
basically
to my
like your
mental.
therapy for real.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So how does somebody go about they want to get trained by you? What do they go through to get to you?
Listen, I'm on Instagram, Stocky Ihki Fitness. I got slots available. I mean,
Spell out your name for them so they can find it.
STOCKYIKHI_fitness. FITNESS. I look at fitness not about physical, also mental. You know what I mean? Without a strong mental, you know what I mean? If I say you gotta do 4 sets, I look at working out like like life, man. Like life is gonna have ups and downs. That's life. You push through it, like how I actually push through them sets. How I try my best to push through them sets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Mentally. It do something to you. They're gonna come to the point that the 45 place gonna start being easy.
Right.
So now you gotta go up. It's the same way in life. Life gonna get hard. To the point, once you get over that hump, so now when that hump come back around in life, oh, I remember what this gonna take.
Right,
I've been here
done
before.
that, right.
I'm on to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, come on, man. Like, it ain't just about going in there and lifting up barbells, doing 1,000 push-ups or sit-ups. Like, it's really a mental thing, man. It's really a mental thing, man. It really, who don't want to live a healthy lifestyle?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's a few, for people that do want to get out the streets, what's a few ideas that they can probably try to run with to make some money, to replace, you know what I mean?
Well, whatever that your dream or your goal is, chase it. Like, like whatever, you know, whatever that you want to do out here. Like, I don't care if you want to be a barber. I don't care if you want to own your own business, want to get into real estate, whatever the case may be. Give it 1,000%. You only gonna get what you give out. That's how I look at it. So,
Right.
and it ain't gonna be pieces of cream. Everybody always say, yeah, real estate this, real estate this. I'm also in real estate. Sometimes real estate can be a headache. Take it back. It's life.
Right.
It's life. What you gonna do, fold? No, man. You can keep your foot on that gas. That's how I use my pain as fuel now. I really don't use it how bad you want it. I use the pain as fuel because There's a real meaning behind pain is fuel, man. Like, life is pain.
Right.
It's pain. But what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna fold or you gonna keep going? You gonna keep your foot on the gas? What you gonna do? Cause trust me, life gonna continue to go, man. And quitting is never an option, because as long as you keep quitting, the problem will still be there.
And they gotta know that the same way you start from the bottom in the streets, you start with a 8 ball or a 16, and you work your way up to half a joint, whatever. You go ahead, when you get in this real world, you're gonna have to work from the bottom, start from the bottom, and chase it and climb your way to the top. You always gotta start from the bottom, so don't be scared of the humble beginnings. And just work. That's where you get most of your knowledge from, most of your strength from. Start at that bottom and push off all the way to the top, man. So for the last thing, what you want to lead them with? What game you want to lead them with real quick before we get out of there?
What I want to lead them with is pain is fuel, man.
Pain is fuel.
Pain is fuel,
Use
man.
Use that pain and take you to the top.
Use that pain, whatever that it is in life, man. Just like I said, I don't care if you want to be an astronaut, man. They gonna laugh at you. Damn, you really want to be. But trust me, when you become an astronaut, you be so successful. Watch how they be trying to hop on the bandwagon, man. Right. Keep that foot on the gas and keep going, man.
Right.